Can this team even lose, Will? Can this team even lose?
They don't know how. They try to, and they just don't know how to lose anymore.
They don't know how to lose.
They forgot.
That's the 2023 Denver Broncos, and I hope they never find their keys.
I agree. Their keys?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm here. I'm right here.
Your Will keys? Keys to victory? Keys to writing? I don't know, but Denver has 4 wins in a row, Will?
I count 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 4.
Correct. Like, am I wrong? Is this the best team on earth?
They're number 1 and number 2 in the power rankings for a reason.
That's right. Who's in first place in the NBA?
I don't know off the top of my head. I think the Mavericks were until tonight. They were pretty close.
Yourself a basketball fan, huh?
Let's see. It's regional.
All I'm going to say is the Broncos are better than that team. That's all I was going to say, because I thought you would know who was in first place.
No, it's the Celtics.
The Broncos are better than the Celtics. There, I said it. Nobody's got the balls to say it, but the Broncos are better than the Celtics. Suck it, Boston. Suck it, Dave Portnoy. Suck it, all Boston fans. Who else is there? Bill Simmons.
Suck it.
Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Mark Wahlberg.
Suck it.
Broncos are better than your Celtics.
The Town was a bad movie. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, Town was solid.
Yeah. Good Will Hunting.
God is good and science sucks. Suck it, Josh Dobbs. Russell just proved religion is better than science. Love it.
Oh, man. I came away very impressed by Josh Dobbs. I like Josh Dobbs. I thought he was really, really just so elusive and calm at times today. But the Sunday Night Football broadcast was, as the kids say, glazing him a little much.
Were they jizzing him up, as the kids say?
They were jizzing him up a little bit. They're hopping on that rocket, so to speak.
Oh, I don't even think it's quiet, Steven.
Oh, he's loud. He's loudly really good.
I think we know. We know he's good. All right. So Broncos beat the Vikings 21-20 on Sunday Night Football. Denver wins after kicking 5 field goals. So they were not good at scoring, but they got all 5 field goals. And then Courtland Sutton, for the second week in a row, makes an incredible grab in the end zone. Russ makes a great play in the red zone. Blitz in his face. In his face. And he's like, Sutton's going to be there. And he was.
That play, too, it kind of made my heart skip a beat. Because when the camera pans back and the Vikings defensive back is just like in perfect position. He's just like in that interception posture already.
Yeah.
And Russ just put it in the perfect spot. And Sutton goes up and gets it.
Yeah. And it was a spot too where if Sutton wasn't as tall and as good as he is, the Vikings defender's coming over and is in a great position to make a play on the ball. And Sutton's coming back this way, just jumps up and grabs it. And it's like, when I first saw that Viking coming into frame, like I think you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that guy's going to pick it.
Yeah.
But as soon as Sutton caught it, I was like, that guy never stood a fucking chance.
It was perfect ball placement. When the pocket was collapsing. I don't know what happens to this offense when they absolutely need it, but they turn it on. And Russ turns it on too. It just feels like he enters the zone. Late in the red
zone. He goes to rest zone.
The rest zone.
The rest zone. Oh god, let's make that a thing.
The rest zone. Yeah, and he a couple drives before, or maybe one drive before, Russ threw a perfect pass to Jeudy. And
did Jerry Jeudy drop it again?
He might have dropped it.
Did Jerry Jeudy drop it?
He might have dropped it a little bit, but that was a really impressive throw by Russ with the blitz in his face.
Yeah.
And
who needs to let's ride when you've got an unlimited pass to the Russ zone?
It's a lot of text to fit on a t-shirt, but we should do it.
Here's the thing about Russell Wilson. He throws the football the best in the red zone, which is a skill you definitely want your quarterback to have. He throws the deep ball the best, but those are like the only times the throwing is effective, really. Because he had a deep ball to Sutton. That was nice, I believe.
Yep.
Sutton had another one-handed grab that was like a crazy catch.
Mm-hmm.
And then the touchdown throw to Sutton was insane. Last week's throw to Sutton was the most improbable throw of the next-gen stats era.
Yep.
Also in the red zone. Also Russ running for his life. And that throw to Sutton, like you're saying, there was just a free blitzer coming right in Russ's face. When you watch the back angle of that, you're like, oh, God, how does he even get that ball away? And I think one of the things we complain about, and I did during this game, is Russ checking down to the running back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we complain about it because that play never really turns into something positive for the Broncos. It's always such like an inconsequential play. It's not a mistake, but it's not a big gain. But I heard Sean Payton talking in the post-game press conference, and he's like, you know, when the coverage was there, Russ was going to the running back. I really like that. So I think that's one of those things like Sean Payton sees as a strength for Russ in terms of he's not putting the ball in a bad spot downfield by trying to force something. But when you see Russ make those throws, more specifically the touchdown, what should have been the touchdown pass to Jeudy, it's a tight window throw. It's a great throw. Like, I want to see Russ throw a few more of those balls all over the field, because then I feel like we could start to get excited about the Broncos offense. Or if their run game becomes dynamic.
Yeah, which is always a possibility. It wasn't tonight. I think there's that 115-yard run by Javonte, and otherwise nothing was working. Whether it was P. Ryan or McLaughlin or...
Well, P. Ryan had one carry for 7 yards, so I would say...
Yeah, maybe you're right. 7 yards, 7 yards a carry, technically. That was also a 3rd and 10 draw.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. But that final drive, the guy moving the chains was P. Ryan until they got in close to the red zone. And those were dump offs to the running back over the middle, though, versus like swing pass, right? Yes.
That's a really important distinction.
Yeah.
They should try doing that earlier, I think. If you're going to throw to the running back every play, get the running back a little further down the field.
And get it and make it P. Ryan and make it just make it P. Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, the point I wanted to make earlier, though, was Russ hasn't thrown a pick since the Thursday night game against the Chiefs. He hasn't thrown an interception on this winning streak. So there's, you know, you like to take the good with the bad. I would like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, and there are definitely going to be times where he's going to have to, nut up and throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, there's something to be said for being very safe with the football. It creates an odd viewing experience.
Yes.
When you're, I don't want to say too safe because we're on a 4-game win streak, so I don't want to knock anything they're doing, but I feel like there's the potential for more from Russ if he trusts himself a little bit more in the passing.
I agree. He's also, I think he took a bad sack early.
Yeah.
He just didn't look quite as quick tonight as he did the last couple of weeks, I think. Maybe the Vikings were kind of just playing contain or doing a good job of spying him or whatever, but you didn't see the, scramble for first down on 3rd and 6 or anything, or you didn't see any design runs either.
Yeah.
Which worked last time. I'd like to mix in a couple of those, especially when Javonte is not getting the job done, just to keep the defense thinking a little bit.
Yeah. No, I think that helps. It helps open up that other part of the run game for him, or even just the passing game. If there's a little bit of that threat there, it's like Josh Dobbs to me doesn't necessarily look faster than Russell Wilson, but he looks more slippery. Like to me, Josh Dobbs
doesn't have any body hair.
Josh Dobbs like scrambling to me. He reminds me a little bit of like Mahomes, and then I feel like he should have been sacked like 8 times tonight, but it was 2 sacks. Each quarterback was sacked 2 times. So whatever that is, I feel like Russ has less of that now when he's extending plays.
Yeah.
The other thing that was odd on that final drive after they scored the touchdown, and this is the drive where Samaje had a couple of those catches. He had 4. I think he had 4 catches on that drive, or in the final 2. He finished with 7 catches for 60 yards. So the most receptions went to Samaje. Anyway, they score the touchdown. They're up by 1. They're trying to go for 2 to, be up a field goal. And they bring Javonte back out and run a pitch to him. And it just felt like
a give-up play.
And it feels like just another instance of where P. Ryan's kind of got the hot hand. Just keep him in there. Maybe you're a little worried because he did fumble and it went out of bounds. But like...
Yeah, but if you fumble on a 2-pointer, like as long as
the
other team's scoop and score,
But anyway, like...
All right.
I just like build the Sutton statue at this point is where we're at, because Courtland Sutton's the best offensive player right now for the Broncos.
He's just the best offensive player.
Yep. No questions.
Yep. The end of sentence. Period. End of sentence.
End of the story. Yeah, the difference tonight was Russ threw it 35 times. So that's kind of high for Russ from what we've seen with Russ and Sean Payton. But he completes 20. He goes 27 to 35, right? So his completion percentage is just ridiculous.
Yeah, again.
A lot of those are just checkdowns, man. That's why P. Ryan has 7 receptions. I did want to say we saw your man, Adam Troutman, break exactly 1 tackle, Will. So we do have it on record.
Hell will soon freeze over. No, that was great. He had a nice little 2-play sequence there. Who's it? Nate Adkins had a grab over the middle too after he got activated. He also had a hold at some point that wiped out a pretty big play by Mims.
Yeah, and it was a hold. It was definitely a hold.
Yeah, it was a hold. I don't know. I think this offense still does need like a guy in the middle.
Yeah.
And maybe Dulcich is that if he learns how to correct his run, if he learns how to walk and run a different way.
Change everything about the way your legs move, Greg, and your hamstrings will be good. It's like asking somebody to learn to breathe differently.
Yeah. If that happens, if we get a medical miracle, and he plays again, look out, because this offense will soon be scoring 1.5 touchdowns a game instead of 1.
That's right. I think like if you're the Vikings, like Dobbs played a solid game.
Yeah.
But there's 2 turnovers. How many turnovers?
Yeah, he also threw a couple passes that could have gotten picked off.
Yeah, there was a couple there. How many did they have? 2 total turnovers lost.
I think it was 3 turnovers.
3. What are the team stats there?
Because first drive, you get that hit.
Yeah, 3 turnovers for 2 fumbles lost and an interception.
Yeah, Madison fumbled.
Yeah, that was the bad one.
That one was huge. That probably saved the game. First drive, you get another McMillan turnover, although it was caused by Kareem Jackson. A lot of people whining about that hit, by the way.
Yeah.
I know that's because I saw that tweet too, and then you jumped on it. Yeah, dude. fucking, we all saw it. Chill out.
Snitch. Well, that's here. Actually, let me defend Kareem Jackson on that too. Okay. So was that first quarter. Josh Dobbs is running.
Let's set it up though.
Okay.
It's 3rd and 1. TJ Hockenson goes under center. And he pitches the ball to Josh Dobbs.
Yes. So he's a running back.
Yes.
He is literally a running back.
He is the running back. He's not a quarterback on that play.
Yeah, I'm going to connect it so we can see the play here. So I'm so annoyed. Leave up my snitch comment too.
Obviously, it was a Pro Football Focus guy.
Yeah.
I'm developing some kind of a, grudge against those people.
Yeah, I like them. None of them follow me, so fuck them.
This is the world's first anti-PFF channel.
Here we go. Okay, so here's the hit, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's Kareem. He's trying to drop his shoulder, and then his head hits. His head hits Dobbs' shoulder. Maybe part of his face mask there. Okay. So this week, Andrew Mason posted a clip of Kareem Jackson talking.
Yep.
Jackson said he called some people at the NFL to try and learn more about what he could do better. Said he couldn't get good communication, then said they just wouldn't answer his calls. Jackson's response was, so I'm just going to try and lower my target when I'm tackling guys. So I think this is Kareem Jackson trying to do what he thinks he needs to do better because he got no fucking communication from the NFL on what he might be doing wrong.
And then people come out and say he's learned nothing.
Yeah. And it wasn't even that hard of a hit.
No.
He let up there. What bothers me is like when the football people are out tweeting shit that is going to make the game dumber as we move forward. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, like, it's so weird too because people complain about how roughing the passer calls are out of hand, and then
they bitch about their guy not getting the roughing the passer call.
Yeah, and then they complain rightfully so about running backs that are getting fined every week for lowering their helmet as a runner, by the way. And then when a safety, dips his helmet a little bit to force a fumble, ban him.
Yeah,
forever.
That guy's the dirtiest player on earth.
Put him in jail.
Yeah.
Put him in the stocks and throw tomatoes at him in the town square.
Yep. Don't worry, I've been working on a video called The NFL Just Banned Tackling with lots of examples of all this dumb shit. Oh, did you say Underdog Fantasy? Well, our code is Let's Ride. You got a link in the description to sign up at Underdog if you want to play. And my pick'ems? You asking about my pick'ems? Look at this, Will. I got every single one wrong for tonight's game. I didn't guess a single pick'em right.
It's really incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I did. I went against the grain and I took higher on everybody. But I took higher on everybody I thought was low. So Madison was getting close, but then he fumbled. Russ got close, but did not cross the threshold. Jordan Addison didn't even know he was playing for most of the game.
Yep. You can thank Patrick Surtain II for that.
Yep. Javonte, I thought he would get a lot of carries. He did, but still no go. Dobbs got close to giving me my one correct one. If you're better at picking fantasy points, stat totals, do it over at Underdog. The pick'ems are fun to play. They've got fantasy games. I'm a lot better at those. But now I just want to keep the losing streak for myself alive. Code is Let's Ride. You got to use it when you sign up, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. There you go. Boom. Bench warmer, brew. Oh, yeah. I can't find my skate footage. It's on VHS, and I can't find my VHSs. But when I do find my skate footage, Nathan, I will get it up. Trust me, you will see a lot of it.
can't wait for the Johnny Barks edit of that.
Yeah, he'll be so mesmerized by how good I was, he won't even be able to edit it.
I'd love to see that. Were you wearing like knee pads and elbow pads, or just going?
Do I look like a pussy, Will?
I don't know. No, the answer is no. You do not look like a pussy, sir.
Thank you. No, I did not. Unless like I was riding big ramps, then yeah, you want knee pads on. But at the skate parks, you had to wear helmets, and I didn't wear them outside of the skate park. And now thinking back, I'm like, man, I was an idiot. But one time at the skate park, I fell and hit my head really hard, and I had my helmet on. I was like, oh, thank God I had this helmet on. Maybe I should wear it more. Like when you're a kid, you don't think you're gonna get hurt. You don't think you're gonna get hurt.
Kids just don't get hurt, really.
Yeah, buy your McMillan jerseys. Actually, when I was peeing before this podcast, I was like, you know what? If I were going to buy a jersey right now, I'd be buying a Courtland Sutton jersey. I don't buy jerseys. I'm not a jersey guy, but
I'm a jersey guy.
Hey, it's me, Tommy DeVito. My mama's going to make us a chicken colada.
Tommy TDs. I got 3 of them. I'm serving them up.
Tommy TDs. Hey, you fucking guy. You fucking guy.
He looked very good today. What should we talk about?
I mean,
this felt like a Tebow game, really. Did it not?
Yeah.
This felt like a 2011 kind of game. This also felt like a 2022 game until the end.
Yeah, no, it did. I was sweating bullets in this game. Like the 5 field goals is so annoying. Great that Lutz made them all, and they've got to figure that out. But here's the thing about the one thing that gives me a little bit of hope is the Vikings defense has been really good.
Yeah. They're playing good teams every week.
That's been overlooked. They've had like over the last month in their win streak, they've had like one of the best defenses in the league. So Brian Flores, also it's a revenge game for Brian Flores because he did name the Broncos in the discrimination lawsuit. I'm not saying it's warranted or not warranted, but I don't think he understood that John Elway would show up to his interview hungover. I don't think he understood that.
I'd sue if John Elway showed up not hungover.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you had that. You had Dalton Reisner playing for the Vikings. 2 revenge games.
Yep.
We had no revenge guys. So good defense, 2 revenge games. Broncos got the win. Now, if the Vikings had Justin Jefferson out there, I'm a little scared the Broncos don't win this game.
PS2 locks them up.
Yeah, but there's going to be some plays where PS2 wouldn't be covering him, right? McMillan locks him up then? Sure.
I don't know. It's hard to even worry about it, given that he's been out for more than a month now, and this is the Vikings team that's won 5 in a row without Jefferson.
That's fair. Well, yeah, part of it. The Vikings they're in a good spot knowing that Josh Dobbs has played well and that they will get Jefferson back in the mix there. And I think it's hard to understate how important an actual elite receiver is when you saw what happened when Jeudy could have put the game, could have taken the lead for the Broncos and he didn't make the catch. Yeah. There's been a knock on him for a while. I think you and I have been very fair to Jerry Jeudy, probably more so. He can still get open, but consistency, it's just not there. And I think if the Broncos had that second guy, like you were alluding to earlier, I'd be less worried about them moving forward because there's still so many questions. But they're keeping games close and they're figuring out how to win, and good teams do that. So
yeah,
they play the Cleveland Browns next, so it's going to look fucking worse. Like the offense is not going to look better against the Browns.
That's going to be a really ugly game.
But we can hold on and win that one too. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a 10-9 kind of game. I don't know who wins it, but it'll probably be the over or under should be set at like 20 points.
Yeah.
You might want to take the under.
Yeah. I mean, the Broncos 21 points against the Vikings, 24 against the Bills, 24 against the Chiefs, 19 against the Packers. That's kind of where they're hovering at. But they have the potential to be 30-point offense.
Especially when you're giving all these opportunities.
And there was that penalty where like Bowles was in illegal formation because he didn't report or something.
Yeah, and then they're saying like little Jordan Humphrey didn't line up right.
Yeah, it's like some of those little mistakes.
Yeah.
And can you blame Lil Hump? He's on and off the practice squad every week.
Yeah, I know. Let's give him kind of some slack. No, but the penalties are so huge too.
Yeah.
As a reason for why this offense is not moving the ball. Because they're just not built to overcome 1st and 15 or, 2nd and 17 or God forbid you get a holding call. Like it's just series over at that point.
Yeah.
Because there's just such a lack of explosive plays outside of like the last 2 minutes of the half.
And it's, the defense is starting to kind of remind me a little bit of their Super Bowl defenses where they weren't perfect, but they were really opportunistic.
Yeah. It's a good defense to have.
And if that sticks every week, they're going to give up drives and some plays like the 3rd and 20 late in the game that put Minnesota up by 5 with that field goal. Like that was really frustrating to see. But compared to where the defense was, it's obviously like it's a lot better. And they make plays. So you have to keep that in mind as well. It's so much different than what we've been watching, I think, through the Fangio era and even with Ejiro Evero, where the defense it felt like very good at not giving up points and touchdowns, but was a lot less opportunistic. And This defense is more fun to watch. It helps the offense more. And when your offense isn't high scoring, it complements that type of offense much better too. Mm-hmm. So it's, they give up a lot of rushing yards. The defense does. And I don't think that's changing. But I'm not, I think we can start saying playoffs and not look like fucking homers.
I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say the word playoffs.
You say playoffs?
The National Football League playoffs.
Somebody pitched this question to me in the stream, Will, and I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
Would you rather miss the playoffs or get into the playoffs and get bounced by the Chiefs?
Get into the playoffs.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Somebody pointed out that the Chiefs would have to be the divisional, so we would win one round in the playoffs too, which I didn't factor in when I was thinking. Oh, there goes Will. Will's internet just crapped out. Wow. We have a 22% chance for the playoffs. Is that our playoffs percentage? That's pretty good. That's a lot better than where it was, right? I mean, that's a lot better than where it was. What else was I going to say about this game? Marvin Mims. I'd like to see Marvin Mims get a couple more touches in the passing game. And I think Will's right about tight end could help quite a bit. But like right now, it's just nice. We're at 28%? We got 28%? It's just nice to win four games in a row, which the Broncos haven't done since 2016. So it's been a long time since we have felt what 4 games in a row to win feels like. Now, if we would have just won one of those early season games that they should, the Commanders game, the Raiders game, or the Jets game, if the Broncos would have won just one of those, right now we'd have a winning record and we'd be a lot closer to the playoffs. But Chargers lose, Raiders lose. We're in second place in the AFC West. This is going to be a frustrating team to watch, but one that I think can win close games. Okay, Will's giving me his message. Anybody know how Will can fix can't open this page? Can't open this page? Oh, boy. No clue. Will, LOL. There he is. He's back. We'll bring Will back. Bam.
Very weird. I had to go on Microsoft Edge to get back on here, but Google Chrome just crashed on me.
Wow.
So I'm using Microsoft Edge for the first time in several years.
Will is edging, guys. Will is edging tonight.
I think we're all edging right now.
We're all edging. I was going to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
Football draft coming up.
Is it?
In April.
Yeah.
Who's, and you might not know. I just assume you do.
Okay.
Who's like a really dynamic running back? Catches passes well out of the backfield. Are there any like really good running backs that are good pass catchers, elusive guys?
I haven't looked at a lot of the running backs yet. I don't know. Do you think that's what this team needs?
Yes.
Feels like Piron's kind of that guy.
Yeah. I mean, if he can be the swing check down option and turn those into first downs consistently, it's just, I feel like it's missing an Alvin Kamara type. Missing an Alvin Kamara type for this thing to really work.
You might be right.
Right now, if the Broncos could take a receiver and a running back that can do that, that's what I want. That's what I want for the offense. And I know you were going to say tight end, but I don't even think Russell Wilson's going to use a tight end if he.
No, I wasn't going to say tight end. I was going to say one of those wide receivers, like the guy from Florida State, Keon Coleman, or the Washington receiver. I think his name is Rome Aduns.
Rome is burning. No, I think receiver is number one. That's their number one.
I guess there's like Blake Corum from Michigan. I don't know if you've watched any Michigan games.
No.
He's been very good. Both of those Michigan running backs have been really awesome, but they're also, running behind a really good offensive line against not great competition. There you go. Yeah.
Boom. White Duck confirms it. Bring him.
O'Duns. Especially if you get Michael Penix on this team, which I'm not sure we're losing enough.
We're playing ourselves way out of QB land.
We're in that Bo Nix territory right now.
Yeah. Which I might be fine with.
Yeah, a lot of potential there with that name.
Bo Nix. I'm Bonixing.
Bodacious is what they call him.
Well, yeah. They got the win. That's all that matters. And it felt like they were close to losing.
Yeah, where's your confidence meter at throughout this game?
Going into the game, I was confident.
I was too.
I knew it was going to be close. I knew it was going to be a close game. That was fine. But when they kept settling for field goals, that's when I started to worry. And the defense was playing pretty good. Like, they went into halftime as 10-9. It's a 1-point game. It's like fine. Denver gets that field goal in basically like the 2-minute offense there or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But second half, every drive I felt less confident. I thought they were going to lose. And then when they went up by 5, I said, like, the Broncos got to kick 2 field goals to win this game. I was like, because there's no way this team's kicking or scoring a touchdown. There's just no way. And then they did. They surprised me. They got the touchdown. So until that drive, I thought and then even when they didn't get the 2-point conversion, my fear was Minnesota's going to get that field goal. But the defense on that final series was primo.
Fantastic.
They're pressuring Dobbs. They brought him down. They forced the
intentional grounding.
The grounding, like, it worked out. It was fine. So until that series, that series, they had 1 play left. That's when I got cocky.
Yeah. On 4th and 23.
I said, "There's no way they're going to lose at that point."
I did. Yeah. I mean, when Dobbs had all day in the pocket, I got a little nervous.
Yeah.
For a second on 4th and 23, and then the ball is just nowhere near anybody.
Yeah. Nowhere to go.
Yeah. Great defense on that drive. I think Vance Joseph did a really good job today. I don't think it's his fault that we missed 10,000 tackles in the first half, but
yeah, that's one issue. Like, if the Broncos just tackle better,
so they're in position a lot of the time.
He brings different guys too. They like to bring Singleton a lot.
Yep.
They'll forfeit like some coverage to just bring heat and pressure.
Yeah, that's
if the team was racking up sacks every week, you feel better about. But again, Dobbs a little elusive. So we'll see what happens when they play Dorian Thompson-Robinson this week. Thank God we're done with the Chiefs. Thank God.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to just get them out of the way in a 3-week span.
We got the Raiders one more time, the Chargers twice. So we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. What's the toughest game left on the schedule? The Lions?
Probably.
In Detroit? It's a pretty tough one. But even then, you're not like, we can't beat the Lions.
No, it's winnable. Lions, they're not perfect right now, but they're winning.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it, but
Brown,
like, we're gonna have to lose that one and then hopefully make up for it.
I think Texans will be tough.
Yeah,
and then I think for the defense, and then I think one of the Chargers games will be tough.
Yeah, it's usually the one in SoFi for us.
It's like one game the Chargers outplay them, and the next game the Broncos outplay the Chargers.
Yeah. I don't know, but God help the rest of the NFL if this running game gets going at any point.
That's all it needs.
I don't know if it's going to happen, but
46 yards rushing for the Broncos in this game. So, and they got the win.
Yeah,
I mean, 175.
People talk about like how the turnover ratio is not sustainable, but like, okay, well, it probably isn't, but at some point this offense is going to break out. It feels like they're close.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
I don't know if like say the whole offense is going to break out, but the run game could.
Yeah,
and that will help them get into the red zone where Russ is unstoppable.
The Russ zone.
Russ is unstoppable.
Welcome to the Russ zone. The fake punt.
Oh, that fucked us. That sucked.
I was like, okay, I think we're gonna lose after that.
Yeah, that was. I screamed like, if anybody should know a fake's coming, it's Sean Payton.
Yeah, you'd think so. You would really think so. Just hats off to the Vikings on that call. That was a perfect call. That long snapper, man, I don't know how you snap a ball like that, but he did it.
No.
Right in the breadbasket.
It's perfect.
That punter kind of makes me laugh. He's just like the least athletic looking guy who's ever been on a football field. And he sells it so well.
Yeah, I forget what quarterback I was watching do one of the same things. I was like, who the fuck's that fooling? Like,
yeah. Like the whole point of the play is it's wide open because there's no one on the edge.
yeah. It's like, oh, the guy didn't bite because he thought the punter mishandled the snap.
Yeah.
They thought the quarterback still had the ball. Fuck, I wish I could remember what quarterback was, but it's just like I respect the effort. It just looks so stupid.
It did.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to feel like you're a part of that play somehow if you're the punter, right?
Yeah.
You got to be like, I contributed to this.
Yeah. I remember like running out the options, or like you hand it off, but you're supposed to run out the fake like you still have it as a quarterback, and just running as hard as I could to sell it. But when you're a kid, sometimes that shit works.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sometimes somebody comes to hit you, like, hey,
psych. No, don't actually hit me. Don't actually hit me. I don't have the ball. I don't have the ball.
Yeah, I don't have the ball.
No. Ow.
Why'd you hit me? Why'd you hit me? Why'd you hit me?
You didn't even have the ball and you hit me. Ref flag.
Yeah.
That's why I never played quarterback.
That's why I quit after 1 year playing quarterback.
It's too hard, dude.
I hated it.
Real football is so hard.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Everybody's an expert when they can see it from TV.
Yep. My hat's off to those boys who actually go out there.
Coaching, all that shit, so much harder than any of us want to ever admit.
But then again, like I kind of like when a former player just becomes a hater on Twitter. Like Kurt Benkert. Like he knows how hard it is, and he's still out there just hating.
Well, he was a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Former quarterbacks understand the game too well.
Yes.
So they're like, everybody's an idiot.
Yeah, him and like JT O'Sullivan, it's just like their career is just calling people dumb now.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It's like I do get like obviously like you're more than welcome to analyze football and have an opinion like no matter how good you were, but it's also funny that they're just backups that go out there and call quarterbacks dumb as hell.
Yeah. Basically, you can say whatever you want about sports as long as you don't lie about your halftime report, Will.
No.
You lie about that halftime report. That's unforgivable.
God, that was the stupidest controversy of all time.
Real quick, then I'm going to get out of here and go to bed.
Same here, buddy.
I got a good dent in that winners and losers, though, huh, Will?
Yeah.
I like that.
Upcoming schedule.
I'm getting it. Bam. All right. So Broncos got the Browns. Almost said Vikings, which is obviously not true. That's going to be a tough game just because the Browns defense is stupid.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, the Steelers offense sucks, and they lost to the Browns today. I think the Broncos offense better than the Steelers. So I like the Broncos' chances there. And, Browns playing a young quarterback. Was the Broncos defense do well? Turnovers. Okay, I'll give them a win there. Texans, like I just said, they scare me a little bit. I was about to say, what quarterback has the Broncos defense played that really scares you lately? They just beat Mahomes and Josh Allen. I'm more fucking scared of CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm more scared of CJ Stroud.
He is so good.
Yeah.
Even when he doesn't play that well, he plays really well.
Yeah. He doesn't let his mistakes get to him.
And then
okay, so
PFF's Lord and
Chargers,
Savior, Justin Herbert twice.
Yeah. Okay, so there's these first 3 games. I feel like the Broncos are they're going to 2-1 this area. Probably wins over the Chargers and Browns, or maybe Texans and Chargers for some weird reason. Patriots not worried about. Raiders not worried about. I watched Aiden O'Connell throw 3 interceptions in the second half today. Like, he's a young QB. I think that's the Broncos' favor. And then, yeah, these 2 are tough. Lions, Chargers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, with all the injuries this year, it just feels pointless, like, looking at a game so far away, too.
Yeah.
It's like, did we think we were playing Josh Dobbs today? No.
Yeah.
Or,
I don't even know who the Chargers
are. Like, do we think we were going to be playing DTR later this season? No.
And, like, Bosa goes down for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But these next 3, all 3 of these games, in my opinion, are winnable.
Mm-hmm.
Because as good as CJ Stroud is playing for the Texans, they're still not a perfect team. So it's still a winnable game. The Chargers are a team that, they could score 35, 40 points and still lose.
Yeah. They just got to. The Chargers and the Broncos are just absolutely flipped this year.
Yeah. And knock on wood, the Broncos are staying healthy right now. So,
agreed.
Knocked on it.
Agreed. It's about time. Let's hope it continues.
Yeah. It's just awesome.
That's kind of sums up like the last month. It's about time.
Yeah. I believe this team is putting something together that's nice. I don't know how sustainable it is, but I'm also not like down on the team.
I was sustainable.
Yeah. I think we know Sean Payton is a much improved head coach. I think the limitations on the Broncos offense have more to do with Russ than they do with like Sean Payton's ability to coach. And they're playing within those limitations. And within those limitations, there's room for the offense to get a little bit better and make them, I think, like a truly good football team. I think they're a good football team, but I'm a Broncos fan. There's probably a lot of people who still like, the fuck's this team? But they've improved. We haven't seen the team get better over this long of a period of time for how, like, the 4-game win streak, like I said, when you're dead on the internet, first time since 2016, right? But they've improved. We've seen them play well and then just do this for the rest of the season. Just nosedive every fucking season. They started nosediving and then they're slowly crawling back up. So it's different for us. I don't even know how many games they'll have to win to get in the playoffs because I don't trust a single fucking team to consistently be good right now.
No,
I don't trust the Chiefs. I don't trust the Eagles. I don't trust the Cowboys. Maybe the 49ers. I don't trust the Ravens. Like, I don't know what the number is they even have to get to.
I would feel good. I think 10-7 probably locks it up. 9-8, you're kind of playing with fire.
Yeah. 10-7, so they can do 5 wins, 2 losses. That seems very reasonable.
Yeah. I think it can be done.
Yeah,
for sure.
We'll see where we're at. After December 10th, after they get to that Chargers game. If they go 2-1 there, I'm gonna start feeling very good. They 3-0 there.
Oh, might have to be talking about more than the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll be like, is this a Super Bowl?
We'll see in Las Vegas.
Is this a Super Bowl team, Will?
Is this a dynasty?
Yeah. Dynasty.
Thank you.
Sorry. My brain. All right, we're getting out of here. I appreciate all of you guys. 1,000 people jumping in. We're feeling good about the Broncos. Cautiously optimistic. But if Russ just keeps throwing the ball to Courtland Sutton in the red zone, nobody can stop us.
That's right.
So nobody can stop us. Good night.
And John Elway plays his entire career without a penis.
Hey, that's our new good luck charm. Dickless Elway. That's our good luck charm. No offense, John, and good luck.